After my visa is cancelled in Qatar, can I leave or can I change job without leaving the country? I think most of that's the most frequent question that has always been asked several times. Yes, my visa is cancelled. Can my company or my sponsors terminated me? Can I still change job within Qatar before minus first going home? Yes, there are certain scenarios or there are situations whereby you can, and there are situations whereby you can't. However, I'm going to share my 3 best advices and situations where definitely you can be able to change without first going home or without first exiting. Yes, we look at situation whereby your visa is cancelled and you are still within what you call the Mexcreationtv. Yes, yet another question someone was trying to ask me, is it after my visa is cancelled in Qatar, can I leave or can I change job without leaving the country? I think most of that's the most frequent question that has always been asked several times. Yes, my visa is cancelled. Can my company or my sponsors terminated me? Can I still change job within Qatar before minus first going home? Yes, there are certain scenarios or there are situations whereby you can, and there are situations whereby you can't. However, I'm going to share my 3 best advices and situations where definitely you can be able to change without first going home or without first exiting. Yes, we look at situation whereby your visa is cancelled and you are still within what you call the grace period. Remember, when your QID or your visa is cancelled, in that situation you have a grace period of what you call 3 months for you to exit the country. However, in those 3 months grace period, you can look for a sponsor very fast. Once you look for the sponsor very fast, this sponsor needs to initiate in what you call the change of sponsorship. It needs to transfer and finish up the other formalities of sponsorship. However, most of the situations, most of you got unaware in that you've got sponsors that have been a little bit slow to initiate the process and apply the process, and you find that you've even ended up surpassing what you call the gross period. So if you caught in that situation where the sponsor has not done the work partially the way you've agreed in the time and you got in the grace period, the best thing is first to exit. However, if it is short of that and the sponsor is quick enough to take in the application, then definitely what you need to do is apply for look for a sponsor, taking the application of change of sponsorship. They will initiate once the grace period is being done, the notice period is done, then they can initiate for you and set for you a contract in the Ministry of Labour. That contract must bear all the formalities and must include all the details. Then once it is approved, the other message will come in for payment, which will do the change of sponsorship fee, and definitely will be able to stay in the country minus exiting. Then, however, let us try to look at situation 2. There are those that your visa is cancelled, but already you've gone through what you call, you've gone off what you call the grace period, meaning that your visa was cancelled, your QID was cancelled, you've stayed in the country, and even the 3 months are off. Still in the country, you've not found what you call a new sponsor. Yes, in this situation, what you need to understand, there are situations. Yes, in this situation, once you cannot find a sponsor within the grace period of 3 months, definitely the best thing that you need to pay, because remember, in this period, you've entered what you call an overstay. So you need to first pay up what you call an overstay. Once you pay up an overstay, in this case, then you have 2 options. Either to get a new sponsor that can legalize and finish up the formalities for you to change to act as your guarantor, or you need to exit. Get a fresh visa to return into the country with a new company, with a new sponsorship. That could be the procedure that definitely you need to understand. However, something that definitely you need to understand, there are situations whereby we have recruitment companies that work well with the Ministry of Labour that can be able to legalize what you call your status. However, this will require a fee that definitely will have to pick for them to do all the formalities to legalize in that situation. Then let us try to look at what we call situation 3. In this situation, we are looking at your visa is cancelled or your QID is cancelled, but you had what you call a pending job offer. In this situation, if you had what you call a pending job offer, what you need to understand is that there are scenarios or there are things that definitely you need to do as an individual. If you had a pending job offer with you and your visa is cancelled, immediately alert the new sponsor or the sponsor that was willing to take over your services to activate or to reactivate what we call the offer letter, give you a new offer letter. Then you can use the same offer letter then to apply within the Ministry of Labour, to apply for a change of visa, apply immediately in the Ministry of Labour. Then probably you will see that after all the formalities or the documentation are being filled, if you are given a notice period, then the new company needs to formalize all the process of assertion of the contract, visa change of visa fee. Then probably at that case you can be able to stay in the country minus surpassing what you call the period that should be given to you. Hope I've tried to share something for you. Thank you so much. There is Mex from the Mexcreationtv trying to give you this very important info.